Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Executive Director of the North Star Fund, Hugh Hogan.
Good evening, and welcome to the 2015 North Star Fund Community Gala. As the voice of God just said, my name is Hugh Hogan, and I'm the proud Executive Director of the North Star Fund. Hello, Andy. I want to take a moment to take you all in, new folks and old friends alike. And I want to begin by thanking you for making tonight such an incredible success. Hats off to our wonderful honorees, tonight's co-chairs and our host committee members, our grantees and board members who are with us, and of course to the hardworking staff that makes me look so good up here every year. I love you guys. And your combined generosity and commitment to North Star Fund's essential mission is truly humbling to me. And because of so many of you in the room, and my instruction here says, smile, be happy, be positive, I am very happy to announce that we have dramatically increased the impact of activism in New York City, funding more victories, being a stronger voice for social justice, and raising the capital to sustain our growth over the last several years. A few years back, we launched Activism's Future, the campaign for philanthropic and grassroots leadership. Our goal was to bring more donors and more dollars into our circle and more meaningful change to New York City. Friends, we have not only achieved those goals, we have exceeded them. Indeed, together, we have more than doubled North Star Fund's grant-making and other programs since 2011. We've moved some $8.5 million to even more grassroots activist groups fighting to improve the lives of millions of New Yorkers, especially those directly experiencing the worst effects of poverty, injustice, and inequality across the 5 boroughs. This past year alone, North Star Fund played a vital philanthropic leadership role in supporting grassroots efforts on accountable policing, expanding affordable housing, ensuring a just and equitable rebuilding process post-Sandy, and empowering parents and youth to be part of our public education system again. Yes. Thank you, CEJ and the Urban Youth Collaborative. We were also so proud to support and watch as grantee partners began to implement the strongest paid sick leave and municipal ID programs in the country. Our Activism's Future campaign has made us an even stronger voice of accountability at a time when the opportunity for progressive change at City Hall and Gracie Mansion has never been greater. We've had a laser-like focus on ensuring that city government is responsive to the work of grassroots activists and gives activists a role in shaping policy from the ground up. We have more work to do in Albany, and I look forward to reaching out and talking with everyone about that effort in the months ahead. Together, we have demonstrated what we can achieve when we invest in the leadership of people and organizations committed to making our public institutions fairer and more just. And our grantees are increasingly setting the agenda for change in important and measurable ways, like the $950 million that Faith in New York made sure went to local training, recruitment, hiring, and unionized jobs in the continuing Sandy rebuild. Or the 8% increase in middle schoolers from low-income backgrounds, some 10,000 of them, who are less hungry tonight because the Lunch for Learning campaign and community food advocates helped them get there. They helped the chancellor see the wisdom of universal free lunch without having to show a card or a piece of paper that stigmatizes you because of your class background. And lest you think we on the center left don't care about money, this simple policy change brought an additional $4 million in federal subsidies to New York City between October and December of last year. And finally, there are tens and thousands of New Yorkers who can now legally access medical marijuana, and there's a cap on the cost of housing for people with HIV and AIDS that Vocal New York got passed in Albany. which has helped some of the most vulnerable New Yorkers. Indeed, the kind of activism that we support is having a larger and larger impact. As Errol Lewis recently noted in the New York Daily News, activists are putting issues and strategies on the public agenda with more success than elected Democrats these days. That is, of course, with the exception of our esteemed Attorney General, who is with us tonight. We love you, Eric. We're looking for you. Please come forward. We can all take pride in playing an important role in making all this happen. We all know the world we want to create together, and our growing network of donor and community activists is moving in the direction of greater justice, equality, and fairness. We will wrap up Activism's Future in June, but we have more dollars to raise. If you're inspired tonight and have not yet supported Activism's Future, please do so now. Help us get to 9 or 10 million by the end of June. This unprecedented campaign in our history has shown us the way forward, and we're very excited to be on this journey with you, boldly asserting our uncompromising progressive values as we imagine and relentlessly work to create a better and more sustainable city and world. But make no mistake, there are huge challenges to confront. Our city's economy continues to operate on the backs of low-wage immigrant workers, many of them still undocumented, who can't afford to live near where they work and must travel long distances for meager wages. And we must come together to end the scourge of innocent black men and women falling victim to overzealous, over-militarized law enforcement. Three years ago, 18-year-old Ramarley Graham was tragically and needlessly gunned down by an NYPD officer in his family's apartment. His mother, Constance Malcolm, is with us tonight. She's coming and is going to be with us in a moment. And we want her to know that the North Star Fund community stands with her and all the families who have suffered. Thank you. So the next step in our journey as a foundation to advance this essential work of racial justice will happen at a forum that we're spearheading on Saturday, May 8th, called Let Us Breathe. It will bring together people to imagine a world beyond broken windows policing, where every community, but especially communities of color, feels safe, protected, respected, and resilient. We hope everyone will join us at the forum. Ultimately, it's time to think and organize beyond narrow election cycles here in the city and beyond annual budget battles in Albany and down in Washington. The North Star Fund is building the capacity to take these challenges head on. Together, we can help activists not only to organize and mobilize for real change, but secure big victories inside the halls of power and build lasting influence. With a committed staff, stronger grantee partners, a forward-looking board, and energized donors in a room like this, we are well positioned to go even bigger and bolder in the months and years ahead. In the meantime, I want you to enjoy the rest of the evening. I'll look forward to celebrating even more victories with you next year, victories that we all helped make possible with our donations tonight. And tomorrow, please tell your friends about North Star. There are new donor activists born every day, and we want them to know that they have a home at the North Star Fund, where we are nurturing and sustaining the impact of activism in this great city. Thank you very much.